Hi there, this is Vincent from Aden. Today I'd like to give you a more general walkthrough of the latest release that we did on Aden's public branch on GitHub. Right? So if you have been paying attention to the latest progress of the product, right? So you can actually see that we have received a lot of traction, and then we have added a lot of features, right, to this framework. The overall mission is to build a outcome-driven autonomous agent framework that can actually self-evolve, right? So to address some of the biggest problem on the market, one is the fact that a lot of these agents they break the loop, they get lost, they hallucinate, and they can cost a lot of money, tokens, right, to run. So that's why we adopted more of a graph-based structure, right, to have in this case, we call it the queen bee, right, to communicate basically what needs to be done up front, right, to kind of think through your business goal, your business outcome up front, right, before actually going to work. Whereas, some of the more popular product on the market, such as Coworker, it relies on constant human in the loop, constant kind of feedback and nudges, right, for the progress to unfold, right? So, and some of the other frameworks such as OpenClaw is very open. It takes a little bit more time to set up upfront, right? It's a little bit more, requires more technical experience to set it up, but then after you have set it up, the problem is really lies in, the fact that, there's lack of sort of a control, lack of guardrails, right? Lack of reliability, right? So if you quote unquote train your agents for a longer time, as the memory accumulates, you might get smarter and smarter and score like a higher likelihood to kind of achieve your use cases, but that's not really the case for most people, right? Another thing is just the fact, when you give your agent that many privileges to your local shell environments in your local operating system, and then you can't really sort of guarantee what can be what kind of a security access that your agent actually have. Another thing is just, because through general compute use agents, there's constant checkups, take constant screenshots of your computer need to be sent to RM, and then RM need to process them all at once in real time. So it's like a very high CPU pull rate, right? If you're a developer, you probably understand what I'm talking about, right? So it can cost a lot of money, right? It self-evolves to some extent, right? But it's really not super adaptive, right? Because you don't really have a greater control of the worker agents, right? Which leads to another problem. A lot of the agent frameworks are a little bit more singular, right? You're talking to one agent at a time, and then you're waiting for the task to be completed, right? So these are some of the mainstream frameworks problem that we have identified. So that's why we built Aden Hive, right? So hopefully we can address these problems and deliver you a reliable framework that can actually get your business processes done scale. And what are these business processes, right? So we actually have documents here, for us to kind of try out some of the more interesting use cases, such as synthetic user testing, such as financial research, personal email inbox management. There are many things that we can actually try on. So let me just kind of walk you through and dive in. So first of all, well, if you're an engineer or semi-technical, you probably need to understand how to create a fork, right? So after you have created a fork of this branch, you can head to a fork and then just sync your code. So my personal fork has been up to date, and then you just need to start your IDE, right? In this case, I already have something running, right? So in this case, let me just close my terminal first and then just start it from scratch. So I just stopped the server, and then now I just need to copy and paste this quick start setup. System command is pretty easy, and then you just need to type in this. So you have your code all forked, so you should have the most up-to-date branch, right? In this case, it's just a few questions. Are you ready to begin? Yes. And we'll check the system environments and the packages. And then it will ask you what are the model you like to use for, basically for deploying the framework, right? So in this case, I like to use 7, which is Google Gemini. And I already have a key, right? So I just need to do enter, and then let's try to use the cheaper one, and then off you go. I believe everything should be done during setup, and then you just need to wait a few seconds for the dashboard to deploy, right? So in this case, this is the interface for you to interact with your agents framework to produce these agents, right? We have a lot of like sample agents that you can try out. Many of them can be pretty interesting, but today I'm gonna do like a few custom one, right? So we also have, like I've personally built a lot of agents with this tool already. So I personally kind of automate a lot of things, to this product. And then the next thing you gotta do, let me just copy and paste this very interesting use case called generate 50 distinctive synthetic user personas, varying tech savviness languages, have them navigate staging environments, headless, edge case. So this is kind of a UI UX research project, right? So let's just see how the Queen Bee tackles this kind of use case. Of course, I'm going to share these sample prompts in our Discord channel as well. So if you join our Discord channel, I'm gonna have all these interesting use cases and the shared in this channel, right? So you can see the Queen Bee decided to kind of, at first it decided to create a graph of 3 nodes, but in this case, because it's utilized a lot of tools, so it decided to kind of change its mind and create a 4 nodes graph, right? So in this case, you can actually see persona generator, 50 distinctive users, and then the orchestrator with a 50 times loop in this case, right? Because I mentioned that I want to do 50 personas, and then, so in this case, you just need to say yes. And by the time you say yes, the Queen Bee is gonna actually start building this agent. So as you can see, the whole philosophy behind this framework is to remove the setup, right? To give you a generative experience, so you can actually build something from the scratch relatively easily, and then you don't have to go through a lot of kind of a technical configuration. And then after a few minutes, so I just give it like a few minutes, and then it seems that Queen Bee has been writing files instead of the folder, and then we have a validation process where the codes need to be compiled before proceeding. So at this point, I think the Queen Bee has confirmed that the graph has been built. So it's doing the final validation. Cool, a few minutes in, so at this point, I not only have a graph showing this ASCII art response, but also you have a tangible graph on the left side. So let's see if we can actually run it. So I just hit run, and you can see there's a yellow profile typing. So this is actually the worker bee. So the worker bee at this point has been engaged to process the task, right? And of course, the Queen Bee has basically designed all the processes, right? So we're actually in the execution mode now.